Most people would not recommend buying your PC components from AliExpress, but as someone who's bought loads of components and even built full gaming PCs before from AliExpress, I'm going to show you why you should at least consider buying some of your components from AliExpress and also get some incredible deals on your purchases. So here we have 3 packages from AliExpress, which we are going to test out and of course find out if these products are worth your time, effort and hard-earned money. AliExpress is a marketplace like a lot of other sites out there, so all 3 of these packages are from different sellers with decent reviews. When buying from AliExpress, it's a good idea to buy from reputable sellers with good reviews. The first product we have here is the AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D. It costs just £262, but you can find other listings for just £236, and then you can use the coupon code SPECS28 to make it just £208, and that's about £60 to £130 cheaper than any other retailers. Furthermore, AliExpress's back to school blowout has started, meaning that you can enjoy many products at up to 80% discount. So we have some of these exclusive coupons for a limited time and while stocks last on selected products to get even bigger discounts. The coupons are SPECS5 for £5 off 30, SPECS15 for £15 off 80, and SPECS28 for £28 off £140. It also works on other currencies shown on screen. And in addition to all of this, you can also get up to 10% cashback by joining my team. You can earn more points by completing daily tasks such as signing in, browsing, and placing orders. The higher the team points, the more cashback you will get, so definitely come and check it out. To join my team, you can just click on the link in the description, search GPU specs in the search bar, or you can just scan the QR code on screen. Thanks to AliExpress for sponsoring the video. The CPU was actually the last to arrive in the post, but it still only took just over a week, which is really fast, considering it came from China. Straight away you'll be able to tell that this CPU is a tray CPU, as it only comes in a plastic tray instead of having the box. So apart from not having a box or cooler, the CPU is exactly the same as if we were to buy it from anywhere else. It's also 100% brand new with no signs of old thermal paste over it. There was no extra tax or fees to pay, probably because the item is declared at €67, which is under the £135 tax amount for the UK. Okay, so that's well and good, but is it really even a Ryzen 7 7800X3D? Well, let's connect this to our PC and start it up. Meanwhile, we'll open up a second package, which is a mechanical keyboard, so we can see if buying peripherals from AliExpress is a good idea. This keyboard is the Aula F75. It costs just £39, but using the coupon code SPECS5, it costs just £34. In the box we get our booklets, keyboard, keycap remover thing, a USB cable and some extra switches. I actually already own and use this keyboard in many of my videos before, just in a different colour. My old one is the Chinese version, so the text is in Chinese, but apart from that everything is exactly the same. And I have to admit this keyboard is really good. You can change the color and many other settings like brightness and speed by pressing the FN key and tab. The scroll wheel at the top lets you change the pattern of the lights, and you can remove the keycaps and switches and replace them for anything else. The keyboard features either wired, USB 2.4 GHz or Bluetooth to connect this PC, and it works on Mac, Android, Windows and Linux. There is a software that allows you to change the keyboard settings like keys, lights and macros, but unless you really want more customization, you don't actually have to install this software. The keyboard feels very nice to type on and is very sturdy. It is definitely weighted as it weighs close to 1 kilogram, but this gives it more stability. There is some flexing of the board when the keys are pressed, but for the price of the keyboard, I would definitely buy this budget keyboard, because honestly, it just types really well and sounds great. So our PC has now booted up, which is a good sign. And in our BIOS, it does say we have a Ryzen 7 7800X3D. After we install our drivers, we can see it's detected as a Ryzen 7 7800X3D in Task Manager, AMD Software, Geekbench, Hardware Info, and CPU-Z. But what about the performance? Well, Geekbench gives us a single core score of 2691 and a multi-core score of 14982, which is well within what a 7800X3D should be. Cinebench, we get a multi-core score of 17744 points, putting it above the Threadripper 1950X. And in 3D Mark TimeSpy, we get a CPU score of 13463 with an AMD 9070 XT, which is around what it should be. Gaming-wise, you can pretty much play anything as long as you have a semi-decent graphics card. In Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K Ultra settings with our 7800X3D and 9070 XT, we got 89.7 FPS on average, which is more than ideal for playing games. And I just realised that this FPS is probably capped at 90 for some reason. If we had the game at 1080p, we'd have a really high frame rate, which shows how powerful this CPU and GPU combo are. Forza Horizon 5 at 1080p extreme settings with MSAA x8 gave us 214.4 FPS on average, which is way more than we need. So I turned the game up to 4K, and even then we were still averaging over 100 FPS. The game was really smooth and didn't stutter, with a 1% low of 84.5 and a 0.1% low of 76.2 FPS at 4K. Finally, Cyberpunk, I went straight into it at 4K ultra settings with no resolution scaling. Even at these high settings, we still averaged over 60 FPS, which is perfectly playable. The 1% and 0.1% lows never dipped below 43.8 FPS. Okay, so our AliExpress CPU has no problems at all. But what if you were to buy a whole PC from AliExpress? Well, for the last package, we have a mini PC. This is the GMKtec K6 Mini PC with an AMD Ryzen 7 7840HS. It also has 16GB of DDR5 5600MHz RAM, a 512GB PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSD. It has Radeon 780M integrated graphics, and Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth. This package was actually the quickest to arrive, and it only took about 2 days, which is insanely fast because shipping was from the UK. As for pricing, it costs £270 with a Specs28 discount code, which is a big saving over the normal price. Not to mention that it's a really good price for this mini PC considering the specs it has. In the box, we get our PC, instruction booklets, a power brick with cord. It would be nice if the power brick was actually inside the PC, but the space is limited, I guess. A HDMI cable, and a monitor mounting bracket, which seems to be included with pretty much every mini PC currently. The mounting bracket screws onto the PC and your monitor, and you can just attach it like so to hide your PC for completely clean setups. On the device itself, we have a power button, headphone jack, USB Type-C, which is actually USB 4.0, so that's very fast, and 2 USB 3.2 ports. On the back, we have another USB 3.2 port, with also a USB 2.0 port. We have DisplayPort, HDMI 2.0, two 2.5GB Ethernet ports, and our power in. On the sides, we just have ventilation, and the top is actually more ventilation with a small fan under the plastic. And on the bottom, we just have some holes for more ventilation. Setup of the PC is very easy. You just plug in your power, keyboard and mouse, and your video cable, and you're pretty much ready to go. Despite it being a mini PC, it actually has some very good performance. Geekbench CPU gave us a single core score of 2226 and a multi-core score of 8778. Cinebench we got a multi-core score of 14290 and a single core score of 1714. Here our temps rose to the highest out of any of the tests at about 90 degrees, which is actually pretty high, but it only happened on the multi-core test of Cinebench and not in anything else. 3D Mark gave us a very respectable CPU score of 8681, but not a great graphics score of 1682. But you gotta bear in mind that this is based off of integrated CPU graphics. If this was any other CPUs that aren't AMD APUs, we would have gotten way lower than that. And because we have an AMD APU, gaming is actually pretty decent. GTA 5 at normal settings 1080p gave us 53.7 FPS on average, and that's more than playable. Our 1% and 0.1% lows were at 39.5 and 25.3 FPS respectively, so it's pretty smooth throughout. Cyberpunk on the other hand was quite challenging for our APU, so we only got 16.7 FPS at 1080p low. Turning on AMD resolution scaling, we got 18.2 FPS, which is pretty bad. So it appears Cyberpunk is a bit too intensive for a mini PC. Forza did work well at low settings 1080p with 43.1 FPS on average, although there was quite a bit of stuttering throughout. Esports titles like CS2 however work great with 65.4 FPS on average. The PC works pretty well, although if we open it up we can see that we have just one stick of RAM. That means we aren't actually utilizing dual channel memory, which actually causes a noticeable difference in performance for AMD APUs, as the bandwidth is a lot lower. It would be better if we had two 8GB sticks, but then you would be limited for future upgradability. Another thing in this PC you could upgrade is the GPU. Here we have a spare M.2 NVMe slot which you can plug an external GPU into. You could probably also use the USB 4.0 port at the front to connect to an eGPU, but I don't actually have one of those. So we're going to connect our eGPU here, and we're going to plug in our RTX 5060 using a Dell PSU for power. Because of the NVMe slot, we are going to be limited to PCIe 4.0 x4, but we should still get a very good performance boost. 3D Mark now gives us a graphics score of 13,445 instead of 1,682. GTA 5 we can put the game onto the highest settings 1080p and still get 115.8 FPS on average. Cyberpunk can now be played easily at 1080p high settings with 105.8 FPS on average. We can even play with the Ray Tracing Ultra preset and no resolution scaling at 40.4 FPS, and that's really good. Forza doesn't stutter anymore at the extreme preset 1080p with 108.9 FPS on average. So we have seen that you can buy PC components like CPUs on AliExpress, in addition to peripherals and full-on PCs. The products all work well and were as described. Though the best part of it all was how much you can save by buying components on AliExpress. If you're looking to do a cheap PC build, you can pick up some real bargains, or perhaps get even more powerful components than what your budget allows for on other retailers. I know that buying some components on AliExpress wouldn't make sense due to the products available, but you can definitely search around and find what you might need. As always, the links to all the products in this video are in the description below. Thanks for watching.